Let's revise hormones. Hormones are the body's chemical messengers that are released by a gland into the bloodstream where they are carried to the required destinations to control cellular function. The endocrine system is complex and extensive, and we have numerous different hormones which are released for many different bodily processes. We're now going to discuss some of the key hormones which may affect your clients. Let's start with insulin. Insulin is a hormone produced by your pancreas and regulates sugar levels. When sugar is released into the bloodstream, insulin is then released to pick up the sugar and take it to storage in your liver, fat cells, or muscles where it can be used as energy. Too much insulin can cause more sugar to be stored in adipose tissue instead of being burnt off as energy. Equally, too little insulin or your body's unawareness of insulin's availability can cause people to become diabetic. During exercise, insulin secretion is decreased, but it increases again post-exercise, so nutrition should be consumed accordingly. Next is glucagon. Glucagon is a hormone which is also produced from the pancreas like insulin. It's released when the body detects its blood sugar levels are too low. Glucagon then releases free fatty acids alongside increasing glucose levels to ensure energy levels are stabilised. Therefore, during exercise, insulin and glucagon work together to ensure sufficient glucose is available for the body. Next is adrenaline and noradrenaline, otherwise known as epinephrine and norepinephrine. Adrenaline stimulates your sympathetic nervous system to activate and is therefore responsible for increasing your heart rate, breathing rate and metabolism. During exercise, it aims to source energy for the body by contributing to the conversion of glycogen into glucose to supply the working muscles and brain, alongside increasing the supply of oxygen. It enables us to sustain intense exercise for longer. Noradrenaline works alongside adrenaline to achieve these responses, but also helps in redistribution of blood by constricting vessels such as your digestive system and focusing on forcing the blood to the brain and working muscles. Next is cortisol. Cortisol is our stress hormone. It's produced from our adrenal glands in response to stressful situations, exercise, and low blood sugar levels. Its role during exercise is not typically a good one. When energy levels get too low, cortisol helps to break down proteins and triglycerides to produce glucose, which then provides the additional energy required. If the intensity and duration of the exercise is too long, without proper dietary requirements and adequate rest, cortisol can cause muscles to be broken down. Cortisol levels increase at the start of exercise and remain elevated throughout. Therefore, it is important to consider appropriate intensities and durations to promote positive exercise gains. Too much cortisol, just like adrenaline, can cause health problems, which is why stress management in life and work is a big area of importance these days. And finally, relaxin. Relaxin is the hormone associated with pregnancy, and its role is to relax all of the ligaments and fibrous tissues to help the body adapt to the anatomical and physiological changes associated with pregnancy. It's a hormone that is present from the second week of pregnancy and reaches its highest levels by the end of the first trimester. It then reportedly drops by 20% and remains stable for the remainder of the antenatal period. Relaxin actually remains in a pregnant woman's body until a year post-childbirth or until the mother stops breastfeeding. Therefore, you need to be aware of the effects of relaxin through the ante and postnatal periods, with the key effects being an increased range of movement that we do not want to take advantage of, instability at various joints, and pain where joint surfaces separate, such as the pubis symphysis. That brings us to the end of our quick revision session on hormones.